Hey everybody, Daniel here. I want to talk about the traditional grip. This is something we're going to do at the very beginning of traditional grip studies. The idea is, what we're trying to do is replicate the throw-up exercise in the traditional grip. And this is often a very complicated thing for people to get figured out. And the reason is that it involves this rotational motion. First we have to grip the stick here, and then there has to be a rotational motion. And believe it or not, when you put a stick in your hand and you're trying to hang on to the stick and turn, a lot of people really struggle with this idea. And then, when they try to do the throw-up exercise, they end up sort of trying to turn their whole arm and turn their whole body and come way out to the side here. So what I'd like to do before we even jump in with a stick is just talk about the motion itself. Now the idea is, try this. Put your hand on your pad. You don't even need sticks. Put your hand on your pad and simply rotate your hand up. So your hand is facing you. Then rotate your arm down. Now, is this difficult? You don't have to go out here. Imagine that there's just an imaginary box right here. Collarbones, sides, along your hips. You're not going to go outside that box or above that box. So just up here to the top corner of the box. And of course, I'm a lefty, so I'm doing this with my right hand. You could do it with your left hand because most drummers are righties and they play traditional with the left hand, and we're talking about traditional grip. So try this a few times. Now, is this difficult? Do you have any problems getting your arm to turn? If you don't, then you should be able to do this exercise just fine, and you should be able to do the throw-up exercise in traditional just fine. A lot of people tell me, oh, Daniel, you have some kind of, crazy, kind of range of motion that I don't have. This and that and the other. And it really comes down to, how is your motion? What is your motion doing? So here's the exercise. What I want you to imagine, we're going to start up here, and you're going to let your arm come down, and then you're just going to tap your drum and your pad and immediately turn and come back up. So it's going to look like this. Now, when you get to the top, don't stop. In other words, at the bottom, don't leave your arm down. The idea is not about down. The idea is to tap and immediately come up. When you come up, just kind of come up to the top as if you're throwing your arm up and just letting it fall again. Let it fall and tap and bring it up. This is the exercise. Now what we could do is we could set up a song somewhere around Freddie Freeloader tempo, which we've already done at the other grips. So maybe half of this. So you're going to do it in half notes. So if this is the quarter note, maybe 110, 120, you're going to do it half that fast. Boom, 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 boom. Just try this, okay? Remember, your goal is not to land heavily and to stay down here. The goal is to tap, immediately turn, and come up again. Now you'll notice when I do this from the side, my arm is coming towards me as it comes up. It's not going out and away from me. All right? So just think about, you're basically just doing this, turning your arm like this, but as you bring the arm in, that motion becomes this. So think about it as though the arm is turning from here, the forearm is turning from here. Everything is turning. You're coming up. So tap and up, and just let the arm fall, and then immediately come back up. About here. This is the motion you're going to be doing in the traditional grip throw-up exercise. Now notice, I don't tap from way up here. I come all the way down and tap. My arm is basically flat at that point. Then I come up again. Okay? So this is the exercise. This is about the tempo. So just do this for a while until this feels really easy and natural. And it shouldn't take long at all. Okay? Then what we're going to do, as you'll see, which is a separate video, but we're going to take this traditional grip, put our back fingers down, hold the stick here, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. But just remember, the arm comes up and towards you. It doesn't go out, and we're not trying to turn ourselves into some kind of weird shape here. Just follow the stick, and you're barely touching, and your job is to feel the up. It's like you're pulling the stick up and then just letting it drop again. Okay? So start with this motion right here. All right? That is the setup motion without a stick to get us going into the traditional grip throw-up exercise.